Hello, fans, and welcome to This Day in Baseball, where we're going to bring you a full radio broadcast of today's game. And before we do that, I just want to thank Classic Baseball Radio, and there's a link in the notes where you can check out their full channel. They have many great radio broadcasts. And while you're listening to today's game, if you want to check out much more about the game and the players, look on the links below, and you're going to see links to player pages, the date the game happened, the year it happened, and the play-by-play. Enjoy the game, and check out the links while you're watching the game, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that every time new content comes out, you're going to get that firsthand. And thank you again for checking out This Day in Baseball, and enjoy the game.
It's Yankees baseball time again. Today's game, the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees from Fenway Park in Boston. Brought to you by the Atlantic Refining Company and your Atlantic dealer, who offer you Atlantic Imperial, the gasoline that cleans your carburetor and keeps it clean. And P. Ballantine & Sons, brewers of the crisp refresher, Ballantine Beer, the largest selling beer in the East. Your host for the first half of today's game, P. Ballantine & Sons, Newark, New Jersey, brewers of Ballantine Beer and Ballantine Ale. Well, the New York Yankees today with a chance to clinch the pennant. After yesterday, as we recall, we went into this one with, a 4-game magic number. After Chicago lost yesterday and the New York Yankees won, although it took them some time to do it, as you'll recall, the magic number is now down to 2. In the American League, the other games that the Yankees be concerned with today, of course, the big one is Chicago against Cleveland. Baltimore will be playing at Washington. Kansas City will be playing at Detroit. Some cloudy weather around the league, but they expect to get all these games in. Over in the National League, St. Louis against Chicago, Pittsburgh at Milwaukee, San Francisco at Los Angeles, and Philadelphia at Cincinnati. And despite the fact that Milwaukee beat Pittsburgh yesterday, well, St. Louis couldn't do themselves any good, and they lost to Chicago. So Pittsburgh's magic number is 1 today, and they can do it all by themselves without any help from anybody else in the National League. Starting lineups for you. First of all, for this game from Boston, before we get around to the pitching choices and whatnot from around the rest of the league, Philadelphia, as we say, at Cincinnati, St. Louis at Chicago, and regardless of what St. Louis does, if Pittsburgh's able to win that one today, the Pirates will certainly be in. Meanwhile, in the American League, the Yankees will have to have some help from Cleveland today if they are to cinch the pennant. Incidentally, there'll be a special show just as soon as this happens, whether it happens today in Boston or down in Washington, here on the Home of Champions Network, and I think you'll enjoy listening to it. This is sort of an epic year as far as the Yankees are concerned, and Casey Stengel in particular. As you know, if he's able to pick up the pennant this year, and only a major catastrophe can divert that. The fact is that Casey Stengel will have won 10 in 12 years, tying the old record, the one that he really was after. And it's been a good season for him. Here in New York, of course, there's an awful lot of talk about whether or not Casey is really going to retire this year or not, whether he'd like to go out a winner or maybe stay around 1 year. And while the consensus of opinion seems to be, in all the so-called inside stories, that Casey really will retire in favor of Ralph Houk, incidentally, the old professor really isn't saying too much. He just sits back, as he always has, down through the years and sort of smiling to himself and just waiting for the end of the season before he makes any kind of an announcement. Incidentally, there was quite a story here in one of the New York papers about the fact that Mr. Stengel might very well move out to the West Coast and take care of one of the teams out there. I suppose anything is possible. Searle will be starting for the Yankees. He'll be up the first man at the plate. Moving on down through McDougal, down, of course, into the fourth batting spot through Mickey Mantle. The full lineups, of course, will be given to you by Red Bobber as the game gets underway today, with the Boston Red Sox taking to the field in their defensive positions here before the first inning gets underway. Again, a reminder to you that P. Ballantine & Sons, brewers of Ballantine Beer, the crisp refresher, bringing you the first half of the game this afternoon. Now to Boston in red.
In just a moment, we are going to have the National Anthem. Now we'll run down the Boston batting order. Here's manager Mike Higgins coming up with his sets of his order. One to keep for himself, one for Casey, one for the umpires. And manager Stengel has not left the Yankee dugout as yet. The umpires will be Charlack behind the plate. Joe Paparella, who's the senior of this group, at first. Honachek at second, and Hank Soar, who worked the 10-inning game yesterday back at the plate, will be at third. The Red Sox are scattering to their defensive positions. And now here comes manager Stengel, who has won 9 pennants in the last 11 years with the Yankees and is on the brink knocking at the door for his 10th. And if and when he gets it, he will become the second man in Major League history to have ever won 10. The other is John McGraw. Now, for the Red Sox, we're doing everything they can to throw a roadblock in the path of the Yankee machine. It is again Punxsutawney Green leading off at short. Willie Pappy in center. Ted Williams is in left. Vic Wertz at first base hitting fourth. Russ Nixon catching. Frank Malzone, who knocked in 4 runs yesterday. He's the Bronx boy who's quite a star up here at Boston at third. Pete Reynolds, who is leading the league at 320. Al Smith of the White Sox at 315, and the Yankees have Bill Skowron at 310. And, of course, Skowron's got a chance. So we'll see how it goes. Lou Clinton in right, and then we have Tommy Brewer. To repeat again, as Brewer takes his preliminary pitches out on the mound and Serve waits to be the first hitter of the afternoon, it could not be a clearer afternoon. There is not a cloud up above. It is just a bright blue. And the wind is coming in from behind right field. A wind blowing basically in, as far as the play of the game is concerned. It is quite crisp. We're sitting up here on the roof of the single-deck stands, and a raincoat is indicated. Turn the wind. Now we have Bob Serve stepping in. Big fella is hitting at 252. And so here we go. Brewer right-handed delivers, and it's a curve low outside. Ball 1. Nixon the catcher. Wertz is at first base. Reynolds is at second, trying for the batting championship. Green at short. Third baseman is Malzone. A curve low outside. Ball 2. In left field is Ted Williams. And, of course, the big unanswered question around these parts and around all baseball, is this Williams' last season or is it not? Temperature is 56 degrees, coupled with a strong wind. 2-0 pitch is over. He broke a curve over, and it's 2-1. Willie Pappy out in center is checking this bright sky through his sunglasses. The 2-1 pitch swung on, taken, and it's called strike 2. So Brewer's caught up and gone to pitch ahead. Right fielder is Lou Clinton. The Boston right-hander deals, and Serve hits a high fly ball down in the right field corner. And it slices foul. Out of play, it's still 2-2. Speaking about outfielders, as we were the 3 out there for the Red Sox, as we came up to the radio box this afternoon, we ran into a very athletic-looking young blonde who looks in the absolutely the pink of condition, Jackie Jensen. And being in the business of reporting, we said, "What brings you to Boston?" You know, subtle question. There's Serve swinging, hits a high pop-up. First baseman Wertz is under it. And Vic makes the catch. 1 up and 1 away. Now we have McDougal, who opened the game yesterday with a home run. He's hitting at 261. So we asked the subtle question, Jensen, what brings you to Boston? Well, he said, I had some business affairs, and he said, Sammy White, my old buddy, is opening his bowling alley tomorrow evening. I want to be there for that, and I wanted to see a couple of ball games. So I said, well, did you find it a long year being out of baseball? Did you miss it? Well, he said, I can't tell yet. McDougal, right-hand hitter, swings, and there's a ball hit up the alley in left center field. It's in for a base knock, and Gill is on with a long single. Williams retrieves, throws to second. And McDougal, who got the first hit of the game yesterday, comes up with the first hit today. This one today is single to left center. You know the situation. The Yankees, if they win today, and if the White Sox lose today, that's that. Over the National League, it is even 1 game closer. All Pittsburgh needs is either 1 Pittsburgh win or 1 St. Louis defeat. The number is 1 over there, 2 over here. Maris takes a strike. Fastball on the outside, waist high. 1 down. McDougal at first. The infield in double play depth, meaning up 1 to 2 steps. Outfield is one step toward right on Maris. Maris a full hitter. Swings and pulls it foul outside first base, back over where Houk is coaching. Cruzette coaching over at third. Well, the big question is this the day? And there's a tremendous crowd here. They have come out to see the Yankees and the Red Sox. There's a line foul down the left field corner. Wherever you go around Boston, you find people saying, well, we love our Red Sox, but we sure do love to see the Yankees when they come to town. And they're out here. Look around, you see this full ballpark. Realize it's come out to see their home club, a seventh-place team. There's strike three swinging on a quick curveball, and Maris is struck out. Now we have two down. We have no score. McDougal at first, and here's Mickey Mantle. Folks in Boston know who he is. Mantle hitting .279. He sent everybody home late yesterday afternoon. Ball game that almost was 4 hours long. This time yesterday, the magic number was 4, and the Yankees won, and the White Sox were beaten in 12. Mantle swinging at the high foul, out of play, deep back of third. So the number is 2. In the Chicago-Cleveland game, which is starting at the same time this one is, Bob Shaw is going for Chicago. Locke going for Cleveland. We will watch it for you. At the end of an inning, Baltimore to Washington, there's no score. The number over Baltimore is 1. Orioles are half a game behind Chicago. Pitch low outside to Mickey. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. McDougal ready to take off at first. This is the start of activities here in Boston. Fastball, high outside, ball 2. Brewer taking his time, reading his sign, hung out by Russ Nixon, catcher. Mantle hitting left-handed against the Boston right-hander. Curve is over. Call second strike. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This is a strong wind that is coming in from behind right field. Temperature in the middle 50s. Mantle swings a ground ball to second. Reynolds is up with it. Juggles, recovers, throws. Just in time. He almost let that one get away from him. Seemed as though he couldn't pick it up. No runs, 1 hit. 1 man left. And the score at the end of half an inning. The Yankees, nothing, and the Red Sox coming in. Well, friends, you've heard us refer to Ballantine beer as the crisp refresher. Well, sir, here in delicious detail is the reason why. You see, to really refresh, a beer must deliver 2 things, lightness and flavor. And that's where the crisp refresher comes in. Because Ballantine beer is the light beer with true lager flavor. Ballantine proves a beer can be truly light and still give you the honest-to-goodness lager beer flavor you want. Now, that's crisp refresher. The kind you get only with Ballantine beer. So how about it? Pour yourself a tall, foaming glass of smooth, delicious Ballantine beer, the crisp refresher. You'll enjoy Ballantine, and right now's a mighty good time to do it. A graceful, tall right-hander, Ralph Terry out on the mound. Barra, back of the plate. Starn at first base. McDougal at second. Kubek at short. Richardson at third. Serve in left field. Mantle was in center, but has come all the way back to the Yankee bench right now to make an exchange of sunglasses. It's an extremely bright sky. I would hazard the opinion that Mickey went out there and found that the glasses he had were too light and has come in for a darker pair. Right fielder is Roger Maris. Balag dusts off the plate, getting it ready for the last of the first inning. Paparella at first, Hornacek at second, Storer at third. Terry has not allowed a run in his last 22 and a third innings. Billy Herman coaching at third. Old Kickapoo, Rudy York coaching at first. And here's Pumpsy Green, the switch hitter, batting left-handed, first up for the Bull Sox. First pitch is over for the strike. Green hitting .235. We have no score. And with a fastball from Terry. Pitch is a change of pace. It's swung on high and to short left center. Mantle coming on, serve coming over. It is served for the catch. Mantle shouldn't have gotten there. The serve dead in left center. Throw put out from the left fielder. Now we have Willie Pappy, who was secured at the start of this season from Baltimore on a deal. Pappy hitting .267, had a couple of hits yesterday. Ted Williams moves out on deck. We have nothing yet on the Chicago-Cleveland game except the pitches Shaw and Locke. Hasby swings a ground ball, hits the short. Kubek over to his left, 2 steps up with it. To throw, there's plenty of time for the out. Up Kubek, first baseman Skowron. And you can hear the crowd react as Williams steps in at the plate. A moment ago, we were saying that Pete Reynolds is hitting at .320, Al Smith of Chicago at .315, and the Yankees Skowron at .310. Well, here's Williams, who's got a chance to win it at .316. Ted swings, there's a line drive to the right. It's a base hit. He's hitting for more than that. Wouldn't it be something if Williams at 40 suddenly in the last week came on and took this thing away from Reynolds again? You know, 2 years ago, he took it away from Reynolds in the last week. Well, we'll get our young statistician, Mr. Callison, to figure out what Ted is hitting right now as he's on base. A line single to right. And don't think that Williams isn't aware of his opportunity. Here is Vic Wirtz, hitting .277, has batted home 99 runs. The wind, strong wind yesterday, cost him a home run in the first inning yesterday afternoon. Swings, fouls it back. The White Sox did not score in the first inning at Cleveland against Bobby Lott. And now the Indians are at bat in the last of the first against Bob Shaw. Williams is now hitting .318 as he leads off first base. He's 2 points in back of his teammate Pete Reynolds. Ted takes his lead. Wirtz takes a fastball high outside, ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. High outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. At the end of this inning, there are some figures on how the Yankees have played month by month that I think you'll find very revealing when you realize the fortunate situation that they're in today. Williams goes, and the pitch is swung on and fouled back, and Ted has to return to first on the foul ball. Ted caught Terry getting ready to pitch. Skowron was off the bag. Williams had a big lead, so he just went. Tito Francona has homered in the last of the first inning for Cleveland with 1 on. So the Indians are now out in front at least 2-0 and still at bat in the first inning. Is this the day? The Red Sox fans trying to root on their own ball club. Terry set. Checks first, pitches, and there's a foul back again. Count goes 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 down, no score. Ted Williams at first base. He has his base hit has now put him right in the thick of it for the batting crown. Change of pace, going on, hit down to second. McDougal up with it after going to his right 2 steps over to first, and Wirtz is up. So, the first inning is distinguished by a single by McDougal for the Yankees and a single by Williams as he drives for the batting championship, perhaps. He's now hitting .318 as he goes to left field. End of the first inning, it is New York nothing, Boston nothing. Well, our young man with the figures, Mr. Callison, went back over the season, and I think you'll find this is quite revealing. Sometimes statistics are rather dry, but these are not seer at all. In April, the pace of the Yankees was 6 games won and 4 lost. In May, the ball club broke even, 13 and 13. And then the Yankees drove in June, winning 21 and losing 8. They fell off in July, winning 13 and losing 14, and then began to move. And listen to these figures. In August, for the Yankees, 22 and 11. That's 2 games won for every 1 lost. And now in September, the Yankees have moved at a slightly better pace than 2-1. They have won 15 and lost 7. The Yankees have won 8 straight coming into the game today, their longest winning streak of the year. They have also won 12 of their last 14 and 15 of their last 19. And so again, we pose the question, is this the day of final decision? Now we have Bill Skowron hitting .310, taking a quick curve from Tom Brewer for a strike as we move into inning 2. No score. Skowron takes a curve, low outside, ball 1. Pitch swung on, a high foul, out of play. Back up on the stand. No score. First batter, inning 2. Pitch is swung on as a high fly ball out into deep right field. Sutton is back under it. The wind's holding it up. Right fielder makes the catch, and they have 1 away. Now we have Yogi Berra stepping in. Berra hitting .284. Well, whether this is the day of final decision for the pennant, we don't know. But this is a day of final decision for Delmar Baker, veteran coach of the Red Sox, former Major League manager who won a pennant at Detroit when his third baseman was Mike Higgins. And just at the start of the game today, Mike Higgins announced that Coach Baker will retire at the end of the season. That'll be a week from today. He was 68 this past May. Pitch is over for a called strike. So, Brewer deals, and Berra swinging lines it foul in the lower right field stands. Strike 2. No score game. Berra hitting at .284. Pitch. Change on the outside. Ball 1. 1 and 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brewer asks for another sign. Takes it from Nixon. Now pitches. And Berra swinging lines it right to the shortstop, Green, who stays with it. And Yogi is out. Line drive to short. 2 up, 2 down. Second inning. We have no more in the Chicago-Cleveland game, except that Cleveland is still at bat in the first inning and leading by at least 2 runs. At the end of 2.5 innings, Baltimore, Washington, no score. And here is Tony Kubek, who's had a fine, steady year at shortstop and at the plate. Kubek hitting .272. Casey, the catcher Nixon goes out tonight. Casey was saying yesterday that the infielder over the whole year's work, who has been the standout for the Yankees, has been Kubek. Right, 1 ball to Tony. 2 down for New York, second inning. Right fielder steps toward right. Pitch in there for the strike, just above the knees. Over the slider. Brewer is a very neat-appearing, neat-working right-hander. Pumps. Delivers, change of pace, low outside, ball 2. It is somewhat easier to read the pitches when Charlak is back at the plate because he has a habit of moving where the pitch is. Kubek swings, lines the ball out to center, and right to Tasby. So we had line drives by Berra and Kubek, but they were hit right at somebody. Nothing across. Top of the second, and the score up here at Boston at the end of an inning and a half. The Yankees nothing, and the Red Sox nothing.
Christmas beer, let's ice it light. With true lager flavor, recycle it right. Lively golden, crystally clear, crisp, clean, precious. Valentine's beer.
Yankee baseball coming to you over Quality Modern WOKO 1460 on your radio dial in Albany, New York. Be sure to tune in to the Baltimore Colts and Washington Redskin football game tonight at 5:30. Broadcast being delayed so that you can listen to all of the exciting action between the Redskins and Colts tonight on WOKO at 5:30. It's 22 past 2.
Nixon hitting .279. Outfield straight away on him. A slow curve is over for a strike. In fact, the outfield sort of is fanned together toward center. Mantle is now a step or so over toward left center. Marish has moved over toward center, and Serve is pinched over toward center. There's a ground foul over into the Yankee dugout. Two strikes. The second inning. No score. At the end of the first inning, it is Cleveland 2, Chicago nothing. First inning home run with one on by Tito Francona of the Indians. There's a foul back. Still two strikes. End of an inning, 2-0 Cleveland over Chicago. No score here at Boston, and the first Red Sox hitter in the last of the second inning. That is a sign. Now pitches. There's a ball hit foul in the left field corner. He still's got a two-strike count. Nixon chokes up on the bat. He's sort of a punch hitter. Tries to time the ball. Curve is hit high out into deep center. Mantle is under it, waiting. He's got it. One up, one away. Last of the second. And the batter is Frank Malzone. Had a big day out here yesterday. Had two singles and each produced a run and then hit a home run with one on. When he hit the home run in seventh inning, that put Boston ahead 5-3. But the Yankees hung right in. Tended to their knitting and didn't drop a stitch. Got it tied in the 8th, and then on Mantle's home run, won it in the 10th. Malzone hitting .275. Takes a curve from Terry on the outside. Ball one. Frank spreads out there, leaning over the plate, and takes a strike. Terry breathes that one right off of his fist. And he's close to the plate as Malzone stands. That is in the strike area. He leans right down over the plate. Takes a high inside curve above his hands, and it is ball two. 2-1. Outfield around toward left. This is the ballpark, you know, that has the high fence in back of left that is close in. Pitch. A curve is good for a called second strike. 2-2. McDougal is playing a deep second base, and he is pulled pretty well over toward second. Kubek playing a deep short is a couple of steps over toward third. Richardson is deep and is a step toward the line at third. Down is a couple of steps wide at first. Malzone swinging hits a high fly ball into short right field. McDougal is coming over close to the foul line and makes the catch just in fair ground. Had the ball dropped, it would have hit just inside the line. That's how far McDougal came. So Malzone is out. Pops out of the second baseman. And we have Pete Reynolds. And Pete is hitting at .320. Williams, who got a single in the first inning, is hitting .318. Reynolds, an overly close stance, is a left-hand hitter. Severe crouch. He hits to left and left center a great deal, and the Yankees are deployed defensively that way. Terry, the right-hander, delivers, and it is in there for the strike. 0-1. No score. Pitch is inside, straightening the hitter up. Ball and the strike. In the 3.5 innings, Baltimore, Washington, no score. Terry ready. Deliver the change, which is low outside. Ralph is going to diminish the ranks of the Yankee bachelors. He's going to get married in November. And Hector Lopez is going to get married in October, shortly after the baseball is concluded. Pitch. Curveball in there for a strike. 2-2. 2 down, nobody on. The pitch is strike 3 call. Wow, we'll figure out what Mr. Reynolds is hitting right now. This may have cost him a point, taking that third strike. And for Terry, he has now gone 24 1/3 innings without giving up a score. And at the end of 2 innings, it is New York nothing and Boston nothing. And before we do anything else, let's pause for station identification.
At 1460 on your radio dial, this is Quality Modern, WOKO in Albany, New York. Be sure to tune in to the Baltimore Colts and Washington Redskin game this afternoon at 5:30. The broadcast being delayed so that you don't miss any of the exciting action between the Colts and Redskins tonight at 5:30 on WOKO. WOKO time 29 minutes past 2 o'clock.
Well, friends, speaking about Williams and his batting percentage and Reynolds and his, Bob Fischel, director of public relations for the Yankees, just called with some very important information that Williams will not have enough official at-bats to be considered a batting champion no matter what his percentage is this year. So that will dispense with that. Now, but the other ball games, no score end of 3.5, Baltimore, Washington, Pappas against Kralik. At the end of 2.5, it is Cleveland 2, home run by Francona with 1 on, and Chicago nothing. Shaw against Locke. Bobby Richardson up and takes a called strike. Cook starts for Kansas City of Detroit against Larry. The game's, there's a ground ball hit right through the middle, right through the pitcher's feet in the center for a base hit for Richardson. So he starts off the third with a single. Single through the middle for Bobby. We started to say that the National League games are starting later, particularly the key games out in Central Time. Bobby went up there 249, so this will get him 250 or a point better. Now we have Ralph Terry stepping in, looking down to Cazzetti to see what goes. Red Sox have to be ready for the bunt. Terry sets the bunt, then takes a pitch high inside, straightening him up a little bit. Ball 1. 1-0. No score. As a matter, Terry is 3 for 43. Pitch is bunted up toward first base. It's a beauty. Brewer picked it up and tags the batter out. And Terry achieves his objective, moves Richardson over on the sacrifice to second base. So we have 1 down. Bobby at second, and the hitter now is Bob Serve. Casey's got him leading off today. And Serve hit a high pop fly to the first baseman in the opening inning, being 251. Second, now pitches. Serve cuts on a fastball, high inside. Strike 1. Clear, cool, and windy. Temperature in the middle 50s here at Boston. Wind in from right field. Pitch, swung on, a ground ball hit to short. Richardson goes over to third. Green fires to first base. It's a high throw, and by the time that Wirtz comes down with it, Serve is safely on. So the Yankees now have men at first and second. And an error is charged to the shortstop's high throw. So Serve is on. Richardson on the fielder's choice. Moves over to third. The Yankees now at first and third, one down. Batters McDougal, who singled to left center in the first inning. It's right-handed. Square stand. Infield double play death. Outfield a step toward left. Brewer pitches, and McDougal bunts and fouls it. The squeeze play was not on. Richardson did not break for the plate until he saw McDougal bunt. Suicide squeeze, as people think in terms of the squeeze play. The runner from third comes on the pitcher's arm. And he's got to be protected, or he's at the mercy of the batter. That was what they call a safety squeeze. Right, one strike. Brewer pitches, and McDougal swinging fouls it on top of the first base stand. Out of play, and strike two. No balls, two strikes. One down. Richardson single, sacrificed by Terry. High throw from shortstop Green. Runners at first and third, one away. Pitch is high inside. That runs McDougal out of the box. Backpedaling. 1-2. These Red Sox will be down at the stadium next weekend, Friday night, Saturday afternoon, and Sunday, week today, when the curtain falls on the season. The Yankees have 3 games coming up next at Washington. A curve low outside. McDougal very calmly took it. 2-2. And the 4 innings, Baltimore, Washington, scoreless. No score up here at the hub. The pitch is swung on a ground ball, foul. Bounced over third base coach Cruzetti's head. And 2-2. That's the count. Runners at first and third. Pitch high. Ball 3. Pull the string on it. 3-2. Pitch is low and gets away from Nixon. Richardson comes in. Serve goes down to second base. Nixon recovers the ball, 3/4 of the way back to the stand, throws to Brewer, but by that time Richardson had slid over. So it is ball 4 and the wild pitch. I think they'll throw the wild pitch, or the pass ball. Which is it? It is scored a pass ball. Ball 4 and a pass ball simultaneously. And the Yankees go ahead 1-0, and runners are now at first and second. So McDougal walks. 1-0, favor New York. Richardson scored on the pass ball. And there's a pitch that gets away from Nixon, and the runners go down 90 feet. Serve to third, and McDougal to second. Let's see how this one scores. A wild pitch is charged on this one. Murray stopped. The pitch was inside. Runners at second and third. The Yankees ahead 1-0. One man out. Change of paces low outside. Ball 2. Murray hitting 275. Hit in 105 runs. Outfield a step toward right. Right-hander Brewer delivers, and it is low inside, ball 3. Brewer looks at third for the moment. Pitches, And Maris gets ground ball through between first and second and the right. The base hit. Sharp scores to make it 2-0, and here's McDougal scoring to make it 3-0 in favor of New York. Maris hit the 3-0 pitch and picked up serve in McDougal, and it is 3-0 in favor of New York. A single to right, and this gives him 107 runs batted in. So he got them both home. Mantle stepping in. Nothing New York, and at the end of 2 innings, it is Cleveland 2, Chicago 0. Mantle, hitting left-handed, takes a strike on the outside corner, waist high. Pitch is high outside, a fastball, ball 2. New York. Brewer delivers. Mantle takes low inside, ball 3. Frank Sullivan, big towering right-handers in the bullpen now for Boston. Both bullpens are right back of right field. Right underneath the right field bleachers. Right in front of them. Maris leading off first. Mantle takes a pitch that is a strike. 3-1. Ball's examined by Charlack. Discard is thrown out. And 3-1. Pitch is swung and missed. With a slider thrown above the knees. Threw it hard. All right, 3-2. Just one out. Mantle swinging, grounds it foul. As I check it, 2 of the 3 runs that the Yankees have here in the 3rd inning ought to be scored as earned. Throw to first, nothing doing. Is ball 4, high and tight. Mantle walks, and this pushes Maris on to first base. So, a single by Richardson started it off. Then there was the sacrifice by Terry. Then Serve got on for the shortstop's high throw. Then came ball 4 to McDougal, which also was a fast ball, let in the first run. Then came a wild pitch with Maris at bat, and then Roger singled to right on a 3-0 pitch to get in the 2 runs. Maris is now at second, Mantle on with a walk. And the hitter is Skowron. Skowron hit a high fly to right field. He's 0 for 1, hitting .310. Infield double play death. 1 man out. That time is called for the moment by Charlack. And he is coming back. And he's motioning up to the press box. Wait a minute. Charlack is looking up to the press box. There's something. Let's see. What was that? We'll have to find out what that is. Pitch is swung on as a ground ball, hit to third. Malzone up with it, steps on third base, throws over to first base, and his throw is wide, pulling Works off. The Skowron is safe. There's a force at third on Maris for the second out. Mantle moves on down second base. Skowron on at first through the force, and the hitter is Berra, the 8th man to come up in the 3rd. Charlack strike may have been referring to the fact that some of the folks in the bleachers, they had kept the last section of the bleachers, which is straight in back of center field, open, and then so many folks had come in that they finally let them spill over there. And he could have had some reference to that. Barra up, runners at first and second. Yogi hits a high drive deep out to right. Clinton going back and turns and makes the catch in deep right field. So the Yankees break through for 3. 3 runs on 2 hits. There was an error. There was a pass ball. There was a wild pitch. And there were 2 bases on balls. So the score ended 2.5. The Yankees 3 and the Red Sox nothing.
Exclusively yours on Quality Modern, WOKO Yankee Baseball, as it happens. Be sure to tune in tonight at 5:30 for the Baltimore Colts and Washington Redskins game, the broadcast being delayed so that you can listen to all of the exciting action between the Baltimore Colts and the Washington Redskins. Tonight at 5:30 on WOKO. WOKO time 2:44.
It proves to more people every day that a beer can be light and still give you all the honest-to-goodness lager beer flavor you want. Yep. Valentine's, the light beer with true lager flavor. That satisfying combination of lightness and flavor makes Valentine the crisp refresher. So if lightness alone won't do for you, if you want a beer with flavor, then, mister, you just make the good old 3-ring sign and ask the man for Valentine. Enjoy the crisp refresher today. In the last of the 3rd inning, with the Yankees afield and now leading 3-0, it is Clinton. Then the pitcher spot, followed by leadoff of Pumpsy Green. At the end of 3 innings, it is Cleveland 2 and Chicago nothing. And the 4.5 innings, Baltimore and Washington scoreless. Clinton hitting at .236, tall right-hand batter. Pitch is a curve swung on and hit deep out to where Mantle is positioned. Mickey backs up and right at the edge of the warning track makes the catch. So we have 1 up, 1 away. Yankees leading 3-0. And here is Tommy Brewer, who is a good hitting pitcher, 12 for 60 coming up to bat for himself. Is swung on. There's a high fly ball that Maris is under now. Right fielder has it. And on successive pitches, we have successive putouts. 2 men gone, last of the 3rd. Yankees leading 3-0. Now we have Pumpsy Green. Switch hitting infielder, playing short these days with Button still not in shape. He got over being hit in the head with a pitch ball. Then they had to send him home yesterday because of a heavy cold. Carey pitches over for the strike. Green swings at the next pitch, hits it wide of first base. Karen knocks the ball down and cannot recover in time, and Green is on. And the Moose draws an arrow. E3. The ball was hit wide of first base, and Scarron just got his glove partially on it. Here's Willie Tasby, who is 0 for 1. Thrown out by shortstop Kubek in the 1st inning. Tasby hitting .267. Tasby, a right-hand batter. Curveball, low outside. All 1. Yankees 3, Red Sox nothing. 2 down, man at first, last of the 3rd. Pitch is low. Ball 2. Terry is bearing down on Tasby because Ted Williams on deck represents the tying run. Pitch over for the strike. 2-1. That's your right-hand batter. Touch the bat about an inch. Green leading off first. Curve swung on, hit sharp at a third, and through Richardson into left field. Green holds up at second base. Serve recovers and throws in to third. That ball was hit a ton, but was a skimmer. It never did come up on a bounce. And it has scored a base hit. And this gets Williams to the plate. A single, a hot one to third base. Richardson went down, but the ball never came up. Hit number 2 off Terry. And Williams was single to right field in the first inning. We got the rule book out, and the batting champion shall be the player with the highest batting average, naturally, provided that he's credited with as many or more total appearances at the plate in championship games as the number of games scheduled for each club in his league, multiplied by 3.1, which means with 154 games scheduled in the majors, you'd have to be at bat 477 times to be considered for a batting championship. And Williams will be far short of that. He's up now for his 303rd appearance. The first pitch to Ted is inside, ball 1. Williams hitting .318. So he may wind up with the highest percentage in the league, but not be eligible because of few at-bats. Left-hand batter, as you know, takes a strike. There's a slider just above the knees. Casby at first base, Green at second. Yankees lead 3-0. Crowd, which is still the ballpark. Swing, there's a line drive that is hit off shortstop Kubek's glove. The bases are loaded on a base hit. That was a ball that went right over the button on Terry's cap. With Williams, a pull hitter, having Kubek played almost to second base. When the ball hit right by second base and started for center, Kubek was able to break it down on the skip. So that prevents a run scoring now, and they are 3-on for Boston. Williams, his second straight hit. Single through the middle. Casby at second base, Green at third. And here is Vic Wirtz, who has knocked in 99 runs. Wirtz hitting .276. The official scorer has just announced that in the Yankees' 3 runs, 2 are earned. All right, 3-0 favor the Yankees. In the 3 innings, it is 2-0 Cleveland over Chicago. Wirtz, a dangerous left-hand hitter. 3-on for Boston. Terry pitches, and there's a line drive into right field for a base hit. And here is Green coming in to score. Here is Casby coming in to score. Williams is 6 off second base. Maris threw to Kubek. Ted took 1 step around second base toward third, and when he tried to reach back, Kubek tagged him. So that ends the inning, but 2 runs are in, and the 2 runs count. The second run was across the plate before Williams was tagged. So, that stops the inning. Wirtz, a line single to right. He gets credit for 2 RBIs, which give him now 101. None of these runs is earned. Williams, overrunning, is out. Right fielder to the shortstop. So Casby scores after Green. And it is 2 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 error, and the error opened the gate. So at the end of 3 innings, it is New York 3 and Boston 2. Wow. Rip, you know, every day more and more folks are asking the man for Ballantine beer. And no wonder. It's the light beer with true lager flavor. Enjoy a tall frosted glassful right now. Just ask the man for Ballantine beer, the crisp refresher. Well, that stops the run of scoreless innings for Terry. He had gone 25 innings without giving up a run. And that overrunning play of Williams stopped it. And at the end of 3, it is 3-2 New York, and here's Kubek. First up in the 4th, hits a bounding ball back to the mound. That Brewer fields. There's a throw over to first in time, and Kubek is out. The pitcher was bothered by the sun. It may sound odd to you, but there was a high bounding ball which was coming down at the rear of the mound. And as Brewer was going back to the rear of the mound, he had to look up at the sky to get the ball on the big high bounce, and he almost lost it in the sun. Now here's Richardson, whose single started the Yankees off to 3 in the third inning. Errors have been quite pivotal in scoring today. Bobby takes a slider high outside, ball 1. Brewer, wasting little time, delivers as a fastball that is popped up. The shortstop, Humphrey Green, is under it. Makes the catch, and we have 2 down. 2 up, 2 down. The White Sox did not score in the fourth inning, and Cleveland retained its 2-0 lead. Francona, a first-inning home run with 1 on. The combination, you know, is 2. Yankee wins and or Chicago defeats. The Yankees got 3 in the third inning, and the Red Sox bounced right back after an error gave them a 4th out. Now here is Terry, right-hand batter, taking a fastball high outside, ball 1. Pitch, low, ball 2. Nothing pitch. Strike. The ground ball hits to third. Malzone short hops it and can't come up with it. Knocks it down, but he cannot retrieve it, and Terry is on. It is scored as a single for Terry. Single to third. The ball was about a foot fair behind the bag. The hits are now even at 4-4. Houk helping Terry on with his jacket. Temperature in the middle 50s and a strong wind coming in from right field. Right, 2 out. Terry the runner at first. Bob Serve, who's 0 for 2. He hit the ground ball to short that Green threw high on for an error in the third inning. And that greased the wheels then as the Yankees went on. Pitch is swung and missed. Buzzed that one right off the hand. No one will know for a while how valuable that throw of Maris to Kubek was in catching Williams, who just barely had stepped around second 1 step. Pitch high outside. Ball 1. That stopped the rally, snuffed it out completely. Pitch is swung on as a line drive into left center for a base hit. Terry goes down to second, holds on. Has a retrieve, throws toward third, and is cut off by the shortstop. So a single by Serve, and the Yankees leading 3-2 are now threatening with men at first and second. There's the McDougal with a single and a walk. Had a home run and a single yesterday. Still hitting .263. Pitch is swung on, foul back, fastball. This is a real full ballpark. The bleachers are completely solid. Pitch is swung on, foul back. Strike 2. Nothing in 2. Swung on, fouled off. Pull the string, change of pace. You look a long time before you'll find a lovelier fall afternoon than this one. No clouds, blue sky, air completely clear. Yankees leading 3-2. Brewer set. Check the lead runner a moment. Pitches high inside. Gill ducks down underneath it. 1-2. Into 4 innings, it is Cleveland 2, Chicago nothing. Nixon out at the mound talking to Brewer. Stafford starts for the Yankees out at Washington tomorrow night against Reynolds. Yankees home this weekend with the Red Sox. Friday night, Saturday and Sunday. Sherb leads off first, Terry off second. Brewer pitches, McDougal swinging, fouls it into the stands back of the first base dugout, which is the Boston dugout. One ball, 2 strikes. Comes set, deals, McDougal swings, fouls it in the left field corner. The Chicago-Cleveland game, as you can judge, is running ahead of ours. So we have information ahead of us as we go. Brewer set, deals. McDougal swings a high fly ball into short right field, close to the foul line. The first baseman works his back and in foul ground makes the grab. So that is all for the bid, top of the 4th inning. Running catch of a foul ball by the first baseman. No runs, 2 hits. Score in now 3.5 innings. The Yankees 3 and the Red Sox 2. Well, we've got time before we hit the last of the 4th inning and the first batter, Nixon, to pause for station identification.
Quality Modern Radio for the Capital District. This is WOKO in Albany, New York.
Ralph Terry on the mound, pitching with a 1-run lead. 3-2 ball game, New York. Nixon, now zone Reynolds. That's the way they've come up. Last of the 4th. Berra giving the sign. Pitch is swung on, foul back. Of the 2 Red Sox runs, none was earned. So while Terry had his string of shutout innings snapped, not by an earned run. Young right-hander pitches a fastball too low. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Scown at first base, McDougal at second, Kubek at short, Richardson at third, Serve in left field, Mantle in center, Maris in right. Nixon steps out for the moment. Hit a fly ball to center in the 2nd inning. Chokes well up on the bat. Stockish, roundish left-hand hitter. Swings, fouls it off. 1-2. In the 6th innings, it is Washington 1 ball to 1-0. Nixon swings, a ground ball is hit deep to McDougal's right. He makes the pickup to throw to first. He gets him. Gilbert almost behind second base to throw him out. Fine play. So we have one away. At the end of 6 innings, Washington won, a home run by Batty, and Baltimore nothing. In the 4 innings, Cleveland 2, a home run with one on by Francona, and Chicago nothing. Now here's Malzone. 0 for 1. He was a big boy around here yesterday. Takes a call strike. Knocked in 4, Boston 5. Change of pace high inside, pushes him back and down. Ball 1. Ball and a strike. Yankees 3, the Red Sox 2. Fastball swung on and missed. Curry turned that one loose, about shoulder high on the outside. 1-2. Curry just standing, looking at Berra. Now he's punting. Pitches. Curve swung on, hit high out to deep left center. Mantle moving under it. Plenty of room. Makes the cut. Only have 2 out. After this 4th inning, Rizzuto, who's over on the TV side, is coming over here, and I'll trade places with him. Mel Allen is out at San Francisco for the Football Giant broadcast late in the day. Pete Reynolds took a 3rd strike in the 2nd inning. League's highest percentage. Went into the ball game at 320. Left-hand batter. Outfield back into left on him. Reynolds swings and bounces the ball back to the mound. Terry pulls it down off a high hop, throws to first for the out. That's it. Nothing across. Phil will be over here in a moment, and the score at the end of 4 innings at Boston. The Yankees 3 and the Red Sox 2.
And now we're on the go again with the rest of the game, brought to you by the Atlantic Refining Company and your Atlantic dealer, who offer you Atlantic Imperial, the gasoline that keeps your carburetor clean and keeps it clean.
Atlantic keeps your car on the go. For business, for pleasure, in any kind of weather, Atlantic keeps your car on the go.
When you want to go places and do things, what a pleasure your driving can be.
For quality products and top-notch service, your Atlantic dealer is the man to see. Atlantic keeps your car on the go, 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 go. Keep on the go with Atlantic.
Now here's Phil.
In the top of the 5th inning with the Yankees leading 3-2, it'll be Roger Maris, Mickey Mantle, and Bill Skowron to face Tom Brewer. Indians leading the White Sox 2-0 at the end of 4 innings. Maris struck out and singled, drove in 2 runs, giving him a total of 107 on the year. He bunts, and a good one. How do you like that, Brewer? But he beat it out. Tom Brewer fielded that ball and ran to first base. And just missed beating Maris to the bag. Vic Wirtz hesitated whether to come in or stay on the bag. He decided to stay on the bag, and Brewer, coming fast to his left, picked it up, jumped for the base, but Maris beat him. It's a bunt single for Roger. The 6th hit off Brewer. Here's Mickey Mantle. Bounced to second and walked. Three 3-2, the Yankees lead. The pitch is inside. Mantle has to jump back out of the way. Ball 1. Frank Crissetti yells down from third base. Mickey steps out of the batter's box. Now he's back in, ready to go. Here's the stretch. The pitch is over. Strike call, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. Here's the stretch. It's Curve is fouled out of play and back at third base. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stretch and the pitch is hit high in the air, but curving foul and going back and up into the stands, out of play. Just missed going on top of the roof down the left field line. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Nick. On deck is Bill Scarron. Brewer set. Curve is hit to first base. Wirtz goes to second base. They get Maris. No chance for the double play. Ball was not hit hard enough. Fourth play from the first baseman to the shortstop covering. Maris is out. Mantle is safe at first. Brings up Bill Scarron. Fly to right and bounce to third base into a fourth play. Yankees trying to wrap up the pennant today. They could do it if they win and if the White Sox lose. One out. Mantle leading off first. Pitch to Scarron high inside, ball 1. Here's the stretch. There goes Mickey. The ball is hit on the ground is short. Pumpsy Green must go to first base. He gets Scarron, but with Mantle getting that good jump, he had no chance for the attempt at a double play. So Mickey's speed breaks up the possible double play. He's at second. Scarron's out. It's 2 out. And Yogi Berra the batter. Yogi, line is short and line deep to right field. The Yankees lead here in the top of the 5th. On deck is Tony Kubek. Yogi's hit the ball hard both times at bat, but hasn't been able to find the hole. Here's the stretch. Pitch to Yogi is a foul back on the screen. Strike 1. Boy, he had a good cut at that pitch. These last 3 weeks, Yogi's really been whipping that bat. Could be the cool weather or the smell of the nearby World Series. Stretch by Brewer. Pitch to Yogi. Change up. Pops to left field. Ted Williams standing right there. Makes the catch. Hardly had a move in his track. So for the Yankees in the top of the 5th, no runs, 1 hit. No Red Sox errors, and 1 man left. And the score at the end of 4.5 innings, the Yankees 3 and the Red Sox 2.
Yankee baseball coming to you over Quality Modern, WOKO 1460 on your radio dial in Albany, New York. Be sure to tune in to the Baltimore Colts and Washington Redskin game this afternoon at 5:30. The broadcast being delayed so that you won't miss any of the exciting action between the Baltimore Colts and the Washington Redskins today. 5:30 on WOKO. WOKO time 12 minutes past 3 o'clock.
Cause frequent stalling, rough idling, and actual gasoline waste. You could have an experienced mechanic do the job by hand, but that's doing it the hard way. Now, the easy way is with Atlantic Imperial, the gasoline that cleans your carburetor as you drive. You see, as Atlantic Imperial flows through the carburetor, it loosens and dissolves these harmful deposits, washes them harmlessly away. Then Atlantic Imperial's protective action keeps them from forming again. Today, more and more people are driving with Atlantic Imperial in their cars. It's the gasoline that cleans your carburetor as you drive and keeps it clean. Clinton, Brewer, and Green, the lineup right now for Boston as they come to the bat here in the last half of the 5th, and here's Phil.
Clinton flied deep to center field in the 3rd inning. Right-hand hitter. Got himself a brand new bat this time. He's been going up there with one like he used all year. This is a brand new one. Terry's pitch is low, ball 1. The windup. Pitch on the outside corner. Strike 1, 1-1. 2-1 on Lou Clinton. Fastball is high. Ball 2. 2-1. Oh, Cleveland came up with 2 more in the bottom of the 5th. They lead the White Sox 4-0 at the end of 5. Curve is swung at and missed. Strike 2. 2-2. The 2-2 delivery. Ground ball hit to short. Kubek's coming in. Up with the ball on the big hop. Throw to Skowron in time to get Clinton 1 away. That'll bring up the pitcher, Tom Brewer. Fly to right field in the 3rd inning. All the runs were scored in the 3rd inning here. The Yankees coming up with 3 in the top of the 3rd, and the Red Sox with 2 in the bottom of the 3rd. Brewer having a little talk with Yogi before stepping into the batter's box. Terry's pitch is bunted, and Skowron up with it. Tags Brewer coming down the line. It was a good try by Brewer. Had he pushed it a little more to Skowron's right, he'd have had a base hit because he had it by the pitcher. Terry was breaking in. Curveball to Pumpsy Green. Over, strike 1. Fastball is fouled out of play. Nothing in 2 on Green. Curveball high inside. Ball 1. Pitch is high. 2-2. Ball is high. Ball 3. 3-2 on Green. Payoff pitch is fouled back out of play. Count holds at 3-2. Here's the windup. Fastball hit it. Richardson scoops it up on a short hop. Throws to Skowron in time to get Pumpsy Green. So for the Red Sox in the bottom of the 5th, no runs, no hits, no Yankee errors, nobody left in the score at the end of 5 full innings. The Yankees 3 and the Red Sox 2. And on the scoreboard in the American League, Washington leads Baltimore 1-0 at the end of 7. Batty homered. It's Pappas against Kralik. Cleveland leads the White Sox 4-0 at the end of 5. Shaw against Locke. Francona homered in the first with 1 on. Detroit leads Kansas City 1-0 at the end of an inning and a half. Cooks against Larry. Eddie Yost homered. In the National League, Philadelphia at Cincinnati, 0-0 at the end of 1. Mahaffey against Hook. Pittsburgh is at Milwaukee. San Francisco at Los Angeles starts later on. And St. Louis at Chicago, it's 0-0 at the end of an inning and a half. Jackson against Hobby. A couple of National Football League scores. Cleveland leads the Philadelphia Eagles 24-10 at the half, and Washington 0 and Baltimore 0 at the end of the first period. For the Yankees, Tony Kubek will be leading off. Kubek line to center and hit back to the box. Threw his pitch is high, ball one. Fastball is over, strike one, 1-1. Brewer into the windup. Pitch to Kubek is line to right field. There's a base hit, and Kubek might try for two. He's around first, digging for second. Here's Clinton's throw. Kubek slides, and he's in there with a double. A double for Kubek. Down the right field line. Hit number 7 off Brewer. Tony's 25th double of the year, and here's Bobby Richardson, who singled and popped to short. Yankees lead 3-2 in the top of the 6th. Now Jones in at third. The stretch and the pitch to Richardson is fouled out of play. Bobby trying to hit to right field. Behind the runner, so that if he does hit it on the ground, it'll advance in the third. Now Bobby looks down at Crissetti. Crow gives him some signs. The stretch. Pitch is hit down at second base. What Richardson wanted to do. Reynolds throws to worst to get Bobby, but moving to third is Kubek. So Richardson got the job done without having the bunt. Here's the way the Indians scored in the first inning. Astromonti walked. Francona hit his 17th home run of the year over the right center field fence. Those were the 2 runs in the first inning for the Cleveland Indians. Time is called. Reynolds talking with Tom Brewer, along with Russ Nixon out on the mound. Ralph Cherry is the batter with Kubek at third and 1 away. The Yankees leading 3-2. Now they break up the huddle. And the infield is in for the possible play at the plate or the possible attempted squeeze bunt. Whichever way Casey Stengel wants to play it. Terry sacrificed and singles. The Cubs scored 4 in the bottom of the second, leading the Cardinals 4-0 at the end of 2. Here's the stretch. The pitch. Terry swings and pops one to left field. Williams coming in fast. Can't get it. It rolls by him to the wall. Kubek scores, and Terry is going into second base with a double. Williams tried to make a shoestring catch and couldn't do it. And the Yankees lead 4-2. That was Terry's first extra base hit and first RBI of the year. And the Yankees take a 4-2 lead. With the infield drawn in, Casey had Terry swinging away, and Ralph lined one to short left field. And Williams tried to make a lunging shoestring catch, couldn't get it to roll to the wall. So 2 doubles here in the 6th inning produced the 4th run for the Yankees. It brings up Bob Serve. Popped to first, reached on an error and singled. 4-2 the Yankees lead. Here's the stretch. The pitch is fouled back, strike 1. And the White Sox failed to score in the top of the 6th. Cleveland leading 4-0, playing the bottom of the 6th inning out at Cleveland. Stretch by Brewer. Curve is hit, foul down the third baseline. 0-2 on serve. On deck, Gil McDougall. Set. Curve low, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the stretch. The pitch is fouled back over the roof and out of play. Count holds it, 1 ball and 2 strikes. by Brewer. Curve high inside. 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. One out, Terry at second. Stretch by Brewer. Foul, back on the screen. Count holds at 2-2. Peters pitching for the White Sox in the sixth inning. So Shaw is out of there. Strike three, a swing and a miss. Serve goes down on strike. That'll bring up Gil McDougall, who singled, walked, and pops to first base. McDougall tips the catcher's glove as he was swinging his bat back and forth, and Nixon moves back a little bit. All right, Brewer stretches. Fastball is low, ball one. Ralph Terry at second base with two outs. And the curve is low. Ball two, 2-0. Cornelius and Stallard are loosening up in the Red Sox bullpen. Stallard did quite a job of relief pitching here yesterday for Boston. Here's the stretch. Pitch is inside, ball three. 3-0 on Gill. On deck, Roger Maris. Runners lead off first and second. The pitch is hit high in the air and back of first base. Pete Reynolds moving over, under it, and makes the catch of the high pop fly for the third out. But the Yankees in the top of the sixth come up with one run on two base hits. No Red Sox errors, 2 men left, and the score at the end of 5.5 innings, the Yankees 4 and the Red Sox 2.
You know, not too many years ago, a lot of people had to draw their water by hand from an old-fashioned pump. And that's getting water the hard way. You'd be surprised how even today some jobs are still being done the hard way, like cleaning the carburetor of your car, for example. The hard way is to have an experienced mechanic take your carburetor apart and clean it by hand. But now there's an easy way. Atlantic Imperial gasoline actually cleans your carburetor as you drive. You see, as Atlantic Imperial flows through your carburetor, it loosens and dissolves harmful deposits that have formed on the inside walls, gradually washes them away. And what's more, Atlantic Imperial's protective action keeps them from forming again. Today, more and more people are using Atlantic Imperial gasoline. It's the gasoline that cleans your carburetor as you drive and keeps it clean.
To go here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Willie Tasby, who bounced to short and singled and scored in the third inning, will lead off. On deck, Ted Williams. Terry ready. The pitch to Tasby, high outside, ball one. Here's the windup. Slow curve on the inside corner. Strike one, 1-1. There's a swing and a miss. Strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Tasby. Perry swings into the windup. Strike three. A swing and a miss. Tasby strikes out, leading off here in the bottom of the 6th. And here comes Ted Williams. Williams is 2 for 2. 2 singles. But was embarrassed a little bit in the 3rd inning when he rounded second on Wertz's single to right field. And was picked off on a fine throw. Maris to Kubek. All right, the pitch to Williams is a slow curve hit on the ground. McDougal, who is right, is up with it. Throws to Skowron for the out. That's 2 away, and here's Vic Wertz, who finally got above the 100 RBI mark, driving in 2 runs his last time at bat, giving him a total of 101 for the season. Bounced to second and single. 4-2, the Yankees lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Perry's fastball is low inside, ball 1. The windup and the pitch is on the outside corner. Strike one, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch is swung at a miss. Strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Curve ball low. Ball 2, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Nobody on. On deck is Russ Nixon, the catcher. Perry starts to wind up, then stops, and then Cherry wanted to do quick pitch. Wertz, who had started to step away, and Yogi is arguing with Shylock. Wertz had started to walk off the box. Perry started his windup, stopped suddenly, looked like he was going to back off, and then tried a quick pitch, but Nestor Shylock, the plate umpire, called time. And Yogi gave him a little bit of an argument. All right, now the 2-2 delivery. Foul out of play. Terry goes back to the rosin bag. Now he's ready. Fastball inside. Full count on Wertz. 3-2. Here's the windup. Pitch pops in the air to short right center field. McDougal's going back. Maris is coming in. Look out, boys, and Maris makes the catch with McDougal trying to make a backhand catch out of it. Maris came right past McDougal to make the play, and Gill was trying to backhand it. For the Red Sox in the bottom of the 6th, no runs, no hits, no Yankee errors, nobody left, and the score at the end of the 6th full inning, the Yankees 4 and the Red Sox 2. We have the Cleveland bottom of the 5th for you. Johnny Romano single to left field. Bobby Locke popped out to Roy Severs near first as he attempted to sacrifice. Aspromonte single to right, Romano stopping at third. Then Francona single to center, scoring Romano, and Aspromonte stopping at third. That was 3 RBIs for Francona. Cancel a fly to Minoso and left. Aspromonte, after the catch, scored the sacrifice fly, and then Bond flied out to Landis. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. And that gave the Indians their 4-0 lead, and that's the way it stands going into the top of the 7th. And right now, let's have a station break for identification.
This is WOKO in Albany, New York. Be sure to tune in the Baltimore Colts and Washington Redskins football tonight at 5:30. The broadcast is being delayed so that you can listen to the ball game and not miss the Baltimore Colts and Washington Redskin game. That's tonight, 5:30, here on Quality Modern WOKO.
Mickey Mantle bounced to second, walked, and bounced to first. Yankees lead 4-2 here in the top of the seventh. Brewers' pitch is over. Strike one call. On deck, Bill Scarron. Here's the windup. Ground ball. Reynolds to his left. Up with it. Beautiful play. Throws to Wirtz in time for the out. And Reynolds took a base hit away from Mantle on a fine one-hand catch of a ball hit hard between first and second. One out. Here's the Moose. Scarron flied to right, bounced to third, and bounced to short. 0 for 3. White Sox failed to score in the top of the seventh. Indians still lead 4-0. They're batting in the bottom of the seventh. One out, nobody on. Pitch to the Mooses. Pops to straightaway center field. Willie Pappy is moving under it. And makes the catch. That's 2 away. 2 out, and the batter will be Yogi Berra. Line to short, line to right, and fly to left. Yogi was standing in the batter's box. Suddenly somebody yelled, and he jumped straight up in the air. He thought Brewer was pitching. He wasn't even looking at the pitcher. Now he's ready. Pitch to Yogi. Low, ball 1. Strike 1, 1-1 to Yogi. Yogi low. Ball 2, 2-1. Cleveland failed to score in the bottom of the seventh. It's still 4-0. There's a long drive to deep right field. Clinton going back in the corner and makes the catch right against the fence. Boy, Yogi is hitting that ball today, but just can't buy a base hit. For the Yankees in the top of the seventh, no runs, no hits, no Red Sox errors, nobody left. The score at the end of 6.5 innings. The Yankees 4 and the Red Sox 2.
You want to know what the weather's going to be like a few weeks from now? Well, it's going to be cold. Real coat, muffler, and earmuff weather. That's when you folks who heat with oil will really appreciate the benefits of premium quality Atlantic heating oil. You see, Atlantic heating oil is triple refined to give you maximum heat. Maximum comfort for your money. Also, you can depend on Atlantic's weather-controlled deliveries during that bad weather that's ahead. For daily temperature and your own heating oil needs, tell us when you're ready for oil. Now's the best time to order your heating oil, so call Atlantic direct or call your local Atlantic heating oil distributor. The sooner you do it, the sooner you'll be sure of clean, safe, comfortable oil heat for the months ahead. Atlantic's weather-controlled deliveries during the bad weather ahead assure you comfort through the winter time. Okay, the Yankees a couple of steps closer to the magic number today as a result of the Cleveland-Chicago game, with Cleveland leading by a score of 2-0. And the New York Yankees on top of Boston right now on a wing ding. Here's Phil.
So at the end of 7 innings now, it's Cleveland 4 and the White Sox nothing. Baltimore leads Washington 3-1 at the end of 8. And Detroit leads Kansas City 4-3 at the end of 4. Russ Nixon, fly to center, bounce to second, leads off. In the bottom of the seventh, the Yankees leading 4-2. High fly to left field. Bob Stern moving over into the corner and makes the catch. 1 away. Brings up Frank Malzone, pops to second and fly deep to center.
out, nobody on. Yankees leading 4-2 in the bottom of the seventh. The pitch to Malzone is hit deep to right center field. Randall going to his left, Maris to his right. Maris calls for it and makes the catch. That's 2 away. And it brings up Pete Reynolds, who was called out on strikes and bounced back to the box. 0 for 2 for Pete. Reynolds batting .319. He's dropped 1 point today. He's battling for the batting crown in the American League. 2 years ago, he lost out by just a few points to his teammate Ted Williams. All right, here's the pitch to Reynolds. It's a curve in there, strike one called. Terry into the windup. Fastball line to left field. Serve going over and makes the catch of the line drive. So Ralph sets the Red Sox down in order in the bottom of the seventh. Nothing across. The score at the end of 7 full innings. New York 4 and the Red Sox 2.
Remember now, when you folks who heat with oil, you really appreciate the benefits of Atlantic heating oil. Triple refined to give you maximum heat, maximum comfort for your money. Also, you can depend on Atlantic's weather-controlled deliveries during the bad weather ahead. At the end of 8 innings, it's Baltimore 3, Washington 1. Elsewhere in the American League, Chicago and Cleveland. At the end of 7, the score, Cleveland 4 and Chicago nothing. KC and Detroit at the end of 4 innings, the score, Detroit 4 and Kansas City nothing. And over in the National League, the scores beginning to come in there. We'll pick them up as we go along. St. Louis and Chicago at the end of 3.5 innings, the score, Chicago 4 and St. Louis nothing. And Pittsburgh failed to score in the top half of the first inning over there. Now, once again, back to the action. We'll go over to Phil Rizzuto.
In the National League, the Phillies 2, Cincinnati nothing at the end of 3. Mahaffey against Hook. Pittsburgh nothing. Milwaukee nothing at the end of 1. Haddix against Spahn. Cubs 4, Cardinals nothing at the end of 4. Jackson against Hobby. And San Francisco at Los Angeles starts later on. Tony Kubek, the batter. Tony takes a pitch high, ball 1. Kubek opened the 6th inning with a double and scored. The pitch to Kubek in there, strike 1, 1-1. The pitch to Kubek is hit on the ground, 1 hop to Malzone, over to Wirtz, and it's 1 away. Kubek hit a hot shot down to Malzone, who had just time to stick out his glove and spirit. Here's Bobby Richardson, single, popped to short and bounced to second. Richardson takes a pitch high, ball 1. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner. There's a drive to straightaway center field. Willie Tasby is moving back. He's under it and makes the catch. And Richardson got good wood on that ball. That makes it 2 away. And the batter, Ralph Terry. Terry has had a good day today. He sacrificed, singled, and doubled, and drove in a run. It was Terry's first extra base hit of the year and his first RBI of the year. 2 out, nobody on. 4-2, the Yankees lead in the top of the 8th. Pitch to Terry is hit high in the air to short left field. Pumpsy Green is moving back under it. The shortstop pounds the glove and makes the catch. So the Yankees get down 1-2-3 in the top of the 8th. Nothing across. The score at the end of 7.5 innings. The Yankees 4 and the Red Sox 2.
Ever stop to think about the little things that add up to having a good day? Things like a bright sunny morning, hot coffee, toast, done the way you like it. And when you hop in your car, you want the engine to start right up, to idle smoothly, to give good performance while you're on the go. Many times, it's the little things that keep an engine running at its best, like a clean carburetor. Today's Atlantic Imperial gasoline is especially designed to clean your carburetor as you drive and keep it clean. A clean carburetor means smoother performance and greater gasoline economy. Make every day a good day. Start off with Atlantic Imperial gasoline to keep your car on the go. Atlantic Imperial.
Okay, Red. There's a line drive foul down the left field line. Luke Clinton leading off. The Yankees lead 4-2. A battle for the ball in the left field stand. Going to have a pinch hitter. That looks like Jim Pagliarone. Big right-hand hitter, number 29, on deck. Ralph Terry is out on the mound, pitching a fine ball game. And a bunt, and a good one, but it goes foul. Nice try by Clinton, but the ball kicked foul. He did the same thing yesterday. Laid down a good bunt downstairs, and then it kicked foul at the last second. We've got Jackie Jensen here. Jackie, we were doing a simulcast, and I got to talk between these two microphones, and we've sure missed you around here, buddy boy.
Being back here now, it's the first time I've actually missed baseball. I've been so darn busy at home at Lake Tahoe, Nevada, and I've been away from the baseball game, so it's been like a long winter instead of a baseball season. But coming back here, you get the feel again, you know.
Yeah, I know, especially here at Fenway Park. You love to hit here, didn't you?
Well, it's a good town to play in, good fans, and a good ballpark, yes.
Jackie, just when you get the count here, it's 0-2 on Clinton. The Yankees trying to wrap this thing up, you know, again.
Yes, I see that Cleveland's out in front, beating Chicago.
And the White Sox failed to score in the top of the 8th, so they're leading 4-0. They can get them out one more inning, and of course, if the Yankees can get the Red Sox out 2 more innings.
Well, it does seem a little inevitable, though, this season. Whether it be today or not.
Ground ball to Richardson. Bobby over to Scarron, and a nice play by the Moose. They got him. Well, that's one away. But you know how it is when you're a ball player. You were with the Yankees when they won at least one pennant. How many pennant winners were you with the Yankees?
No, just
the one?
Just the one, Phil, in 1950. And then in 51, I was sent down to Kansas City, remember, during August. And I didn't come back in time to be eligible for the series that year.
But you know, you like to wrap it up as quickly as possible.
Oh, yes.
Jim Pagliarone is batting for Tom Brewer with one out here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Yankees leading 4-2. Jackie, I got to ask you the inevitable question. Are you coming back, or aren't you coming back?
Well, I would say that there's a possibility, but I don't know how strong. I have some other business here. I have to see Joe Cronin, the president of the American League, and I came up to as a favor to Sammy White, opening up his bowling alley tomorrow night. And everybody's been giving me the business as if I came back here to sign, but even if I was, I'd have to tell Mr. Yorkie no, so that I'd have something to bargain with, you know.
You got plenty to bargain with. They'd love to have that bat of yours back here at Fenway. While we've been talking, it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Pagliarone. Look at there, Yankee fan, Jackie, in the crowd.
He sure is. He's causing quite a commotion down there.
I guess it does feel good just to get back in the ballpark, huh? Is this your first trip back to Fenway?
That's right, this year. And, boy, this is... this is hot out at home.
I want to ask you about your family in just a little while. Let's see what Pagliarone does there. Now it's a 2-2 count.
This boy should be a real fine ball player.
Pagliarone?
Yeah,
he's got the build now.
He should be a good ball player. But
This
just
kid on the
can't
mound
play.
should be a good pitcher, too, Terry.
Well, he has been a good pitcher, though.
Today, yes. He's been in and out all year, though, but his last few games have been great.
The only thing, in the past years before this year, I haven't seen him this year, but he always seemed to have a little tendency to tire.
Yes, that's true. Uh-huh.
I know that if we did beat him, it was in the late innings. But it's cool today, and he's throwing a good ball game.
That's the time of the year the pitchers like, I know. But so do the hitters. Don't you feel strong?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I like cool weather to play in. Once in a while, I don't like it too cold, but it makes you feel strong. The game goes quick. It seems nice.
But you know what I can't understand? Wait till this pitch. He walked him. They're going to put the tying run at the plate now. Agliaroni at first and Pumpsy Green the batter. Green's 0 for 3. I mean, you were right in the prime of your career. We're talking to Jackie Jensen, in case you tuned in a little late. And it's suddenly up and decide to quit when you had a great year again.
Well, I had a lot of reasons, Phil, and most of them personal.
Yeah, well, no, we won't go into that, Jackie.
Naturally, it's my own decision to make, and only time will tell whether I made the right one or not.
Well, that's
all.
true. That was Carroll Hardy going in a run for Pagliaroni. No, that's true. Everybody has their own things to iron out, and you have reasons for doing things. I'm not going to ask you about that, but I mean, you look in great shape, too.
Well, I feel real good. I'm a lot lighter. In fact, I'm about 5 pounds lighter than I usually play during the season, but, of course, I'm not in shape.
I found that out, too. I weigh less than when I played, but you're still not in good shape. Uh-oh, double play ball. Yes, sir, the Yankees got it. So for the Red Sox in the bottom of the 8th, no runs, no hits, no Yankee errors, and nobody left. And the score at the end of 8 full innings, the Yankees 4 and the Red Sox 2. Jackie, we'll look at the scoreboard quickly, then we'll get back. Baltimore beat Washington. They've been a surprise this year. You haven't seen too much of them, have you?
No, but I've seen them quite a bit on television. They're a nice-looking ball club. They've got some good pitchers.
Oh,
man. They're a nice young ball club to watch.
They are. The Indians lead the White Sox 4-0, playing the bottom of the 8th inning. And the Tigers lead Kansas City 4-3 at the end of 5. In the National League, it's the Phillies 5, Cincinnati nothing at the end of 4, Pittsburgh nothing, Milwaukee nothing at the end of 1, the Cubs 4, and the Cardinals nothing at the end of 4, and the Giants at L.A. start later on.
You multiply pretty fast there. You add up and everything.
Well, I tell you, once you finish playing ball, you got to find other ways to make a living, especially when you got 4 children. How many children do you have, Jackie?
I have 3.
3. And how's your lovely wife, Joanne?
She's fine. She came back with me.
Oh, did she?
Yes.
Good.
Mike has been used a little bit, hasn't he?
Mike Cornelius, yeah, coming on.
69th appearance, is it?
He ties the record, Pete. Ellis Kinder, who had it before when he pitched with the Red Sox, had his record tied just now by Mike Cornelius.
As Mike Higgins was telling me that Mike's done a real fine job for him this year.
Oh, that's for sure.
Real fine job. It's nice to see. He's a real good.
You know,
nice kid.
Jackie, this has been a year for relief pitchers.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. Whoever's had the good relief pitching is the one, are the ones up near the top. The Yankees were fortunate. Ryan Duran did not have near as good a year this year, but they came up with Bobby Shands, who they were about ready to release in spring training, and Louis Arroyo. Little left-handed guitar. Have you batted against him?
No, I don't think I've ever seen him.
I mean, you look at him out there. He's a little roly-poly left-hander. And it looks, you know, the guys like Lopez used to love to run up and hit against him, but you wouldn't get that good pitch. Little screwball takes a little off the curve.
Stubby Overmeyer, huh?
Stubby Overmeyer, but he has been terrific. What a job he's done. But that's the way it's been. The starting pitchers haven't been able to go. And
there haven't been any big winners.
Look at the Yankees.
League,
Art Ditmar has got 15 for the Yankees, and he's their top winner. And they're not going to have a 20-game winner. I think Jim Perry with the Indians had the best chance. He had 17, but...
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, let's see. This is Dale Long. You remember Dale. He's done some job for the Yankees.
He really picked him up once when you needed it, huh?
He's batting for Bob Serve here in the top of the 9th inning. The Yankees lead 4-2.
It's kind of strange how a fella can, find a home. He's been struggling in another league for a while.
And he's been all over. He's been a world traveler.
He's a big, strong man.
He is. He's hit some shots for us. And at the right time, too. It seems like the Yankees have always done that. As you well know, they get a Johnny Mize or a Johnny Stain or something.
I don't know what it is, but it must be, I can't believe the old theory that you put the uniform on the man. I just believe that the scouts that find a man that the Yankees need and they know he's going to do the job for him.
Right, that's right.
And it's certainly a good opportunity for Dale because he's been kicking around, and gee, this is wonderful for him that he'd be able to be on the World Championship team. But he will be eligible to play?
Yes, definitely.
Well, because he's a real fine fellow.
And look at that shot. That might, no, the wind's blowing the wrong way, but Clinton's got it, but he's been hitting shots like that every time up there.
The wind had two today.
Yeah. Now the wind's just blowing the wrong way.
Ted told me before the game he wasn't even going to try to hit a ball in the air. Right?
Ted Williams?
Yeah.
Is that right?
He's just going to stroke a single if he could get it, and he did.
And he did. Oh, what a hitter, huh? Oh, man, he's the best.
Here's Gil McDougall, who has a single and 2 walks. Pops out to first base the other time.
Gil's swinging the bat real good.
Yes, he is. Now, we've just been informed that it's 4-0 with the White Sox batting in the top of the 9th inning. So we're not too far away from some kind of a decision either way. How's the game look from up here, Jackie?
Well, it looks easy. I'll say that. As you well know, once you get in the stands, it always looks easier than playing it on the field.
Well, that's true, and I can see now why up here a lot of the official scorers maybe think that hard-hit balls might be errors, or, you know, you get a different conception of the way the ball is hit, the speed and everything. Well, Mike Cornelius is pitching to Gil McDougall here in the top of the 9th. The Yankees lead 4-2. 1 out and nobody on. And there's a foul back on the screen. Doing a simulcast, you kind of forget about the radio end of it, you know, and you watch this screen and...
yeah, I can imagine.
Let's do a little bit more talk. This is the first time I've ever had the opportunity to do this.
Well, I think you ought to tell the fellas he's 3-2 on the batter then.
You're right, it is 3-2. I was so wrapped up in talking with you. You know, Mel Allen is out on the coast doing a football game today.
Oh, I was wondering where Mel
he's doing the Giants football games on radio. Well, Cornelius' pitch is outside, and he walks McDougall. That's the 3rd time that Gil has walked today. McDougall at first base, and Roger Maris the batter. Maris is 2 for 4, drove in 2 runs, giving him 107 on the year, and he's really had a year, Jackie.
Oh, he has. I don't know what happened in the second half, but the man couldn't have a better first half.
No, that's for sure. Well, remember, he had the same type year last year.
He had it up in the side.
Yes, and there's another base hit for Maris on the first pitch to right field. McDougall holds his second base. Humphrey Green takes the cutoff throw, and the Yankees are threatening again. Maris gets his 3rd base hit. And listen to the way they greet Mickey Mantle. You know, they do this in all parks.
Yeah, well, they actually love Mickey up here because, well, he's a little temperamental. When he strikes out, he throws the bat or something, and they love it. Besides being a great ball player, he's colorful, and if there wasn't some fellas like he and Williams, a lot of the fun of baseball would be gone. I know myself, if I was a real good ball player, I don't think anybody would want to see me because I don't do anything.
No,
but this kind of a guy, I enjoy watching play, even though I think it's a real thrill.
It is. Mickey's 0 for 3 today. Takes a pitch outside, ball 1. Well, we're going to talk with Jackie Jensen a little more. Right now, we're bearing down with the ball game. His pennant is not cinched as yet. Pitch to Mickey on the outside corner. 1-1 to Mick. Maris at first, McDougall at second. 1 out, and the Yankees leading 4-2. Mike Cornelius has taken over for Tom Brewer. Top of the 9th inning. Here's the pitch, and Mantle fouls it back on the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Mickey.
The worst average year?
Yes, right at this point it is, Jackie. It's the lowest, if he finishes right around this average, it'll be the lowest that he's ever finished in the big league. But he's gotten a lot of key hits in the last month. Strike 3, Mantle is called out. And that looked like a screwball that Forneely threw up there. It nicked the outside corner. That's 2 away, and here's Bill Scarron. The Moose came into this game just 10 points behind Pete Reynolds, who leads the American League in batting. But Scarron is 0 for 4. Fly to right, bounce to third, bounce to short, and fly to center. 2 out, 2 on. Yankees leading 4-2 in the top of the ninth. Pitch to the Moose is a swing and a miss, strike one. White Sox are threatening a little bit in the top of the ninth inning out in Cleveland. Aparicio lined out to Pearsall. Nellie Fox got a base hit. There's a ball to Scarron, 1-1. Landis single to left field. Fox stopped at second, so the White Sox have runners at first and second with 1 out in the top of the ninth inning. Yankees lead here 4-2 in the top of the ninth with 2 out. Scarron swings and misses, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the Moose. Maris at first and McDougal at second with 2 away. Forneely's ready. The pitch, strike 3, swinging. Moose went after an outside curveball and didn't get it. And Forneely leaves the mound, does a good job for the Yankees in the top of the ninth. No runs, 1 hit, no Red Sox errors, and 2 men left on base. And the score at the end of 8.5 innings, the Yankees 4 and the Red Sox 2.
You know, at a traffic light, you can often tell if your car isn't performing up to par. Maybe it stalls frequently or idles rough or possibly doesn't have any pickup when the light changes. Well, this could mean a dirty carburetor. Something that can happen to any car, old or new. You see, exhaust fumes and other air contaminants get by your air cleaner and build up as deposits inside the carburetor of your car. And these troublesome deposits can cause an improper mixture of air and gasoline. The result? Rough performance and actual gasoline waste. But thanks to new Atlantic Imperial gasoline, you now can keep your carburetor clean without even raising the hood. Atlantic Imperial cleans your carburetor as you drive, doing a complete job in just a few thousand miles. So to end stalling, rough idling, and gasoline waste due to a dirty carburetor, use Atlantic Imperial. It's the gasoline that cleans your carburetor and keeps it clean. Atlantic Imperial gasoline. Now once again to Boston and Phil.
As we get ready to go in the bottom of the ninth inning, Jim Fasoni moves out to left field, taking over for Bob Serve. And Willie Tasby will be the first batter to face Ralph Terry, and on deck will be Ted Williams. So the Yankees are not out of the woods yet. Terry has pitched a strong ball game. He's allowed just 4 base hits in 8 innings. There are 2 away in the Chicago-Cleveland game in the top of the ninth. White Sox have 2 men on. The Indians leading 4-0. Willie Tasby bounced to short, singled and scored and struck out. Ralph Terry out on the mound. Pitch is a ground ball to short. Kubek backhands it. He can't hold it. The throw to first, not in time, and that's going to be a base hit for Tasby. An infield single for Willie Tasby. That's the 5th hit off Terry. And here's Ted Williams. Williams is 2 for 3. 2 singles and bounced out to second base. And anything can happen in this ball game. Yogi Berra asking Casey Stengel if he wants Scarron to play halfway at first base with Williams up to cut down the possibility of an easier hit for Williams. The White Sox were defeated 4-0. So it's up to the Yankees now to win this ball game, and they'll wrap up their 25th pennant. All right, here's a stretch by Terry. The pitch is a high fly to short left center. Jim Fasoni is moving under it. And he's got it. That's one away. Williams went after the first pitch and fly to left field. That brings up Vic Wirtz. Bounce to second, single to right, and fly to right. Wirtz with 2 RBIs has 101 runs batted in. One out and a tying run at the plate. Here in the bottom of the ninth, Yankees leading 4-2. Pitch is fouled back out of play. Strike one. All right, Terry ready out on the mound. The pitch is low. Ball one. 1-1. One ball, one strike, one out. Terry ready. His pitch is a curve foul at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cleveland shut out the White Sox 4-0. Putting the magic number down to 1, and this is it. The Yankees can hold this 2-run lead. They win the pennant. Tasby at first base with 1 away. The pitch, a ground ball foul outside of first. Willie Tasby turns around and comes back to first base. Ralph Terry out on the mound for the Yankees. Trying to nail down Casey Stengel's 10th pennant in the 12 years that he's managed the Yankees. The pitch is fouled back out of play. Oh, Jackie Jensen, this Vic Wirtz has had quite a year.
Oh, this fella's an amazing man to come back with a broken leg and polio to
he
like
sure
he
did.
This year.
Great year. And he's always liked to hit here at Fenway Park. It's unusual for a left-hand hitter to like to hit here.
Right. He has nearly all of his home runs in this ballpark. Right. I think he only has 4 on the road, Williams was telling me.
A 1 ball, 2 strike count on Wirtz. The pitch is line foul in the seats and back of first base. A picture of the clubhouse, and now Casey Stengel's going out to the mound. Everybody's excited today. That is everybody but Casey. He's slow and easy out to the mound, talking with Yogi and Ralph Terry. Casey does not want Terry to give Wirtz a fat pitch because this guy can hit one out of here and tie up this ball game. All right, Case is leaving Terry in there.
Doesn't it usually happen that that's exactly when the guy does hit a home run?
Well, more times than not, Jackie. The manager will come out and try and give words of wisdom to the pitcher, and then it'll backfire, but we better wait and see this time.
I don't mean to jinx him.
All right, here's Terry's pitch, and it's high. 2-2 on Wirtz. Yogi rubbing up the ball before throwing it back to Terry. Willie Tasby at first base with 1 out in the bottom of the ninth, and the Yankees leading 4-2. It'd be nice for the Yankees to wrap this up on my birthday. Oh, didn't I say? You know, today's my birthday, Jackie.
44.
Oh, never mind. The pitch is popped up alongside of third base. Richardson moving over near the stands, and he makes the catch for the second out. Vic Wirtz fouls out to Bobby Richardson. 2 out. Tasby at first, and the batter, Russ Nixon, the catcher, who's 0 for 3. We're getting down near the finish. Russ Nixon, the batter. On deck, Frank Malzone, and the Yankees don't want to see Malzone come up in this park. Jackie, did you change your stance to suit you for this ballpark?
No, I just had to learn how to hit the inside ball.
There's a line drive to right field, and it's in there for a base hit. Tasby holds at second, and Nixon's on at first base. And Malzone is coming to the plate. That's the 6th base hit off Ralph Terry, 2 of them here in the bottom of the 9th. Yogi, Bobby Richardson, and Terry talking out on the mound with Frank Malzone, the batter. Malzone popped to second, fly to center, and fly to right. And if you remember yesterday, Malzone had 3 base hits, including a homer, and 4 runs batted in. Russ Nixon at first base. Willie Tasby down at second. And on deck, Pete Reynolds. Ralph Terry. In a jam. Here's the stretch by Terry. The pitch is low outside, ball 1. Two out, 2 on in the bottom of the 9th inning. Yankees leading by 2. Ralph Terry pitching to Frank Malzone. Pitch is in there, strike 1, 1-1. That was a little dangerous, wasn't it, Jack? That curve up high?
Well, it looked, I know it was a little slider.
Well, it was a breaking pitch, huh?
Going away, so I'm sure they're kind of trying to pitch him away.
Uh-huh. Here's the pitch. And a line drive to right center, a base hit. 1 run is in. And moving to third is Russ Nixon. And it's a 4-3 ball game now. Nixon is at third, and Malzone at first. A 4-3 ball game with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th, and Casey Stengel with his foot on the steps of the Yankee dugout. Louis Arroyo and Bob Shirley are out in the Yankee bullpen. And Pete Reynolds, the league's leading hitter, is at bat. There's Shirley and Arroyo out in the bullpen. And here comes Casey Stengel. And I believe he's going to call in the man who has been his insurance the last half of this season, Louis Arroyo, with a left-hand hitter up there. Casey will probably bring in Arroyo, and that's the sign he makes for the left-hander. Terry is out of there. Casey making his 2nd trip to the mound.
See what you mean about really pitching.
Oh, yeah.
To get that third out in the 9th inning.
It sure is, Jackie. Of course, with a hitter the type of Pete Reynolds, it doesn't make too much difference, does it, Jack?
No, because to me now, this fellow isn't real fast. I've never seen this Louis Arroyo.
No, he's not fast. He's just deceptive.
Pete is strictly a meet-the-ball batter. And, you never know what he's going to do, whether he's going to pull it or slap it or hit it through the box.
No, I'm glad you're going to get a chance to see Arroyo work. Because you never saw a guy so confident out on that mound, so relaxed. And he is really a magician.
Well, I don't like to hit up there. That's for darn sure, because you have a tendency to want to try and hit the ball a long way, and they'll just kill you every time.
Right. They keep that ball low and away, and you power hitters. I know Eddie Lopat, when he was pitching for the Yankees, always rather pitch to the free swingers, guys like Jim Lemon.
Oh, yes. I know. I had to face Eddie when I was with Washington, and when I tried to hit the long ball off him, he could make you feel quite foolish. And he told me a lesson, you just had to slap the ball off him. Just slap it.
Say, Jackie, were you a guest hitter when you were playing? You know, occasionally?
Oh, sure. Yeah. When you figure you knew the pitcher and what was his best pitches, you had to look for it. And if it was a situation in the game, you sure would be trying to go in for the home run.
How about Ted Williams? Now, I've seen him take 2 strikes sometimes. And is he looking for a certain pitch up till 2 strikes?
That's right. Yeah, he's looking for something that is generally breaking in on him. And if he doesn't get it, he'll go along with it until 2 strikes. Then he just hits anything he sees. Then he's a fellow can do it.
Well, Ralph Terry leaves the mound after pitching 8 2/3 innings. Terry allowed 7 base hits. He did not. Yes, he did. He walked 1 man and struck out 2. Louis Arroyo coming on will be trying to get rid of Pete Reynolds if he possibly can. And he's got himself a tough job, as Jackie Jensen just told you. Pete Reynolds is the type hitter who does not worry about whether it's a left-hander or a right-hander out on the mound. He, as we all know, can hit the ball as hard to left field as he does to right field. So it's going to be a battle now. Pete just trying to meet the ball, and Arroyo trying to outguess him out there on the hill. Reynolds is 0 for 3 today.
Has Louis faced the Red Sox quite a bit this year?
Well, not too much. Let's see, he's appeared in, about 28 ball games since he's been with the Yankees. This is his 27th relief appearance of the year. So he hasn't faced too many teams too often, which, of course, is a break. You know, once you get to see a guy quite often, you can kind of solve his style a little bit.
That's what I was thinking.
Pete Reynolds, the batter. Runners at first and third. The Yankees lead 4-3. We're in the bottom of the 9th inning. Arroyo into the stretch position. The pitch is popped foul, and Bobby Richardson is under it and makes the catch, and the Yankees win the pennant. Their 25th pennant in the Yankees' career, and we're going to switch you right down to the Yankee clubhouse and Red Barber. Well, we're standing down here in the Vistas clubhouse at Boston, and in just a moment, right through this door, which is a ramp leading to the clubhouse, the Yankees with their 10th pennant under Casey Stengel and the 25th Yankee pennant. Here's Bobby Richardson coming in with the ball that he caught to end the ball game. Bobby, come right around here. We've got the cameras down here. Let's see the ball that finally did it, huh? Congratulations, Bobby.
Thank you, sir.
Right, I know you won't give that one up, huh? Well, that is quite a souvenir that Richardson has, the last ball that clinches it. And we think that the first person that you ought to hear from as a spokesman is Casey Stengel himself when he comes in. There's the trainer coming in. Well, Mr. Manager. Whoa, come back here, Casey. Well, friends, you see the excitement. The pennant is clinched, and the Yankees did it themselves because the number was 2. Cleveland beat Chicago a few moments ago, 4-0 out at Cleveland. And in just a moment, we're going to have Casey come over because you see the players coming in. And so the Yankees, by winning 4-3 here at Boston, won it themselves. And Tom Meany and Joe Ripley are over, and Casey is, of course, surrounded by photographers and the writers, and he's over there. But we're going to get him in just a second. Well, this is it. This is the big moment. And here's Casey coming over this way. And these other microphones are newsreel microphones. Mr. Manager, warmest congratulations. On 10 pennants in 12 years, that is unprecedented. And this ties you now with John McGraw for the manager winning the most pennants in the majors. And it's significant to you, I know, because you played for McGraw.
That's very true. He was a great, wonderful manager. He was probably skilled more than I have been or ever will be if I'd lived to be 120. He was an amazing man, and of course, to get down to the real business today, I have to naturally thank everybody that assisted me. I've had great assistance, and it seems like nowadays that a manager has to have help, and I had help. I had help with my coaches. I had help, I guess, with our office as far as they could go. I must have had great assistance by the players. I will have to say this, that I want to thank every player that caused this here rapid rise that we made in the last 2 weeks. I think there was at times that all of us were asleep during the season, but since the season is just starting to get over, the main thing to say is that every player did something, and I want to also thank the additions we added to the club. Like the last man was Arroyo. He came to the ball club. He did a great job relieving. I've never been afraid to put him in. Looks like that while he wasn't so outstanding a year or two ago, he was great. And the other young players that we've brought up, they've assisted me. I want to thank Serve and all the other players that I got from Kansas City. And I want to thank also, and I don't want to thank the ones in Kansas City that beat me this summer and made this race so close. The rest of the players, they were great. Some of them were great at times. Others were great mostly all the season, but to get down to the real fact, we win the thing, and we still got a big problem. What can we do from now on? And the players, I hope, will always think that you've never made anything in baseball unless you keep your eye on the ball and get a hold of it and don't let anybody else take it from you.
Well, Casey, let me ask you one more question. In winning these 10 pennants here for New York, how would you characterize this one? Is this one of your toughest? Which one would you say was your toughest of the 10?
Well, naturally, I'd say the first one was my toughest. I had splendid players, but I did have a bad thing that happened. In the first one, I was agreeing myself on the ability of the men. But the men that I've had this year, I've been very well satisfied with. I'm an experienced manager, and I know the capabilities that everybody was on that ball club. I know that we had certain men that are a little erratic in their play. They're great players if they could get down and get 5 or 6 other things to do, you know? There's 6 things or 7 or 20 to do in baseball, and we got some that we just specialize on too much, like just batting, but we don't get slick enough. Today I thought we did pretty good. We Maris beat out a bunt. I'd have to say we can mix up our play and win games easier than we have this year.
Casey, again, congratulations.
Thank you.
And all the best in the World Series.
Thank you very much, Fred. Appreciate it.
Okay,
Manager Stengel. Quite cold from yelling at the players.
I would think you would. And now here's Ralph Terry, who is the winning pitcher today. Ralph, congratulations.
Thank you, Red.
Now, tell us about being the winning pitcher in this game that clinches the pennant. Do you think that you had as much stuff today as you have had recently?
Yes, I had good stuff today. Good serve and good slider and good control today. The wind was blowing in. It was a good day to pitch.
Well, Ralph, when you went out there to pitch this ball game, of course, you knew what it meant for the combination, too. 1 Yankee win and 1 Chicago defeat, which came about today. Did you feel any undue pressure today in some of your recent starts?
No, we just didn't feel any pressure. We just wanted to get this because we saw the runs go up on the board, you know, for Cleveland, and looked like we had it, you know. I told on the bench, I said, hey, Cleveland got 2 more, and Lopez said, I don't watch the scoreboard, get those guys out, you know.
Well, Ralph, you did. Again, congratulations.
Thank you. I want to say that's a beautiful pop up there. The Royo through the Reynolds for the last.
I see, and Bobby came in first, and we have already had the ball on television. I imagine it'll be quite a thing to get that baseball away from Richardson, huh?
I got it already.
Well, did you get it? He gave it to you?
Yeah.
Well, you're doubly rich. You got the game and the ball. Now, here's Joe Domestic, who's coming over. Joe has had, Joe, congratulations.
Thank you.
You had a distinguished Major League career, but yet this is the first time that you've been on a pennant winner. How did you feel?
I've never felt anything like this in my life, Red. It's wonderful.
What was the feeling in the dugout today when you were going for it?
Well, I think I was watching that Cleveland game more than I was watching our own, to be honest with you. But when it was all over, I don't know, it seemed like my stomach just felt better.
Well, Joe, you have helped this ball club a lot. When Manager Stengel was over here a moment ago, he expressed his appreciation of all the fellows who were new to the ball club this year, and all have made a contribution. Wanted you to know what he said.
Thank you, Red.
Okay, Joe, good luck. Now, here's Bob Turley. Well,